It's a 21-year-old single malt whisky from the Speyside region of Scotland. It's an independent bottling from Gordon and MacPhail. It's from a very underrated distillery in my opinion. However, what's the whisky like? Let's find out, folks. I've been sitting on this one for a while. I thought I'd love to get it reviewed before I finish it, and this is the opportunity. Glenburgie, up there in Speyside. It's owned by Pernod Ricard. It was founded in 1810. It has 6 stills at the distillery. It has 3 wash stills and 3 spirit stills, and it produces 4.2 million litres of spirit per year. So it's a whopper. It's been mothballed 3 times, the last being in 2000 to 2004. It provides most of the whisky for the blends for the Ballantine whisky. So if you're into Ballantines, then there's a fair bit of Glenburgie in this one. What it also does, folks, is this one here. It is a big contributor to this little baby, which is the Old Smuggler. I've usually always, it's Old Smuggler blended Scotch whisky, so I've always had a couple of bottles of these kicking around, and this is no exception. And I'm realising now why I like this Old Smuggler, because it has this Glenburgie in it. But back to this one. It's part of the Distillery labels range from Gordon and MacPhail. I have previously done one of these before, which was a whisky a year for me, which was a Balblair 21, which happens to be, I'm getting very close to this one as well. So Balblair Distillery, this was a whisky of the year a couple of years back. Again, it was 43% ABV. Guys, if you're happy to hold on to the end and you can stick with me, I have a little update on this bottle as well, which I'd love to share with you. But as in YouTube, we'll have to keep you waiting to the end. So if you can hang forward and hang back and wait to the end, that's great. If you want to fast forward to the update, then that's equally as great. Just with this one, folks, as you can see, I've been spending the last kind of 18 months with it. It's getting into bottle kill territory now, so I'm very, very chuffed to be able to review this one now before I finish it off. It's been covered up for the last, I've had it for an hour and a half, covered up with trusty whisky friend, Whisky Battle, Down the Hatch, Pleasure is Sharing, all that, coins. Yes, they are still available, guys. If you want to pick up some coins, then all the links will be in the description. You can catch up with me there. So let's dive into this one. Let's nose this. Okay, so unexpected, you'll probably find it's very bright, it's very clean, it's very fresh, it's very fruity. It's a typical Speysider. Lots of apples, lots of pears, maybe a wee touch of apricot kicking in there. But there's some lovely dried fruit, maybe some raisins in there also. And it's maybe got a kind of summer fruit vibe. We're coming to the end of the summertime here now, so it's probably a nice time to finish this one off. Summer fruits, maybe a bit of orchard fruit. It's definitely got a kind of opal fruit vibe, which is a little confectionery sweet that we have here in the UK. If you're in different parts of the world, it may be Starbursts, it may be kicking around as one of those. Bit of berry fruit in there as well. So yes, it's very, very fruity, and I don't think you'd expect anything else from Speyside, but yeah. But as you get into it, it has a lovely malty character. Very malty. It's got a lovely, it's like grassy, it's fresh cut hay. But it's got a wonderful, wonderful biscuity, malty oat cake. Maybe a buttery biscuit. Maybe some sort of oat cake. Maybe with some raisins in it. Definitely some raisins there. Yes, folks, they're not the booze-soaked raisins. I think that's down to the 43% ABV. If it was a little bit higher, it'd probably have those booze-soaked raisins in it. It's a little bit oaky. Got a real nice oaky character as well. I think that's coming from the aging of the casks. Real malty, really biscuity, really fruity. It's all going on. So it's a wonderful, wonderful nose, guys. I think you can spend some time with. Let's taste it though. As usual, you know where this is going. This is heading straight down the hatch. Responsibly, of course. Cheers. Colour wise, I said it's natural colour. It's like a real nice light gold. Very, very pale amber down that road. Up front, it's got a spicy arrival. It's got a big arrival considering it's 43%. It's quite spicy. Some cinnamon, some clove, maybe a bit of ginger. But the first note is really that you pick up on once you get past the spice and once you get past the arrival, or once you get into the arrival. It's a lovely, lovely apple pie. It's a big, big apple pie note with a big, thick crust around it, and it maybe even be a little bit of raspberry pie, a little bit of cherry pie. So it's got a big pie note up front. Those oat cakes, that buttery biscuit stuff's going on. But it's got that nice spiced oak as well in it. So the balance is wonderful. Lovely clove note there as well, to be fair. Texture. It's got a fantastic mouthfeel. Even at 43%, you think it'd be quite thin, but it's not. It's elegant. It's luxurious. It's a sophisticated piece of work, guys. It's a lovely, lovely whiskey. Let's do a second sip. Lovely vanilla, honey, still spicy throughout. It's got a little bit minty, got a real nice minty note, and there's a lovely, lovely piece of chocolate coming in there as well. So we've got a really nice chocolate note. In fact, it's creamy, it's buttery, but I think that vanilla and the mint is like mint ice cream, vanilla ice cream with a nice chocolate wrap round it. So it's like maybe a chalk ice, that kind of thing going on. Lovely vanilla chalk ice, maybe a minty chalk ice. In the back, it's the warm spices are there all the way through, so the spices are continually there and all the time in the back. It's warming, it's giving you that nice warming feel. In fact, this might actually be quite nice through the colder months because it's got a nice warm feel to it. In the back, it's got those fruits. The fruits are still kicking around in there. The dried fruit, the orchard fruit, the berry fruit. But they're hanging out. They're kicking around. I think they've gone a wee bit more on the palate. They've gone a wee bit more kind of cooked, a wee bit more stewed. Real, real nice. And the spices there, the cinnamon, the clove. I'd say that touch of ginger's there as well. So let's see how it finishes, guys. No need for water with this one. This is just perfect as it is. So underrated, this distillery. I'd wish they'd put out some more stuff because it's absolutely fantastic. But maybe big props to Gord MacPhail for picking this one up. Ballantines is the blend. It's predominantly, as I say earlier, it's for the Ballantine blend. So there's lots and lots. 4.2 million litres. So there's a lot of this stuff kicking around. You think they'd be able to produce a little bit more for some more bottles. I think they used to have I think they had a Glenburgie 10, which was, I think I had a bottle of that a few years back. I'm not too sure if it's still around. But yeah, this one, I've just checked this prior to recording, guys. It is still available. I picked this up for around about £100. It's gone up a little bit. It's somewhere anyway from 100 to 110. If you want to pick one of these up, they're still available. If you search around, you'll still be able to find one. But great news coming up about this bottle later on. So just before I do it, the finish is, let's do another quick sip. Spicy, ginger, clove, oaky, bit of oak spice. But that biscuity note has gone maybe a little bit of ginger biscuit now. Lovely ginger biscuit. A little bit of, maybe a little bit of orange peel maybe. Don't know where that came from, but yeah, fantastic. So the finish is maybe It's like a medium finish, but I don't think it's one of those whiskies where I think it's all the action is up on the nose and on the palate. The finish just sets you up for another one. As you can see, it's I might just finish once I finish recording this video. I might just polish this one off. But yeah, it's luxurious, it's elegant, it's sophisticated. It's just a beautiful, beautiful piece of work. And again, I tip my hat to Gordon and MacPhail if I had one on, but I've not got one on. The very, very underrated distillery. Love to see more of it. But what would we score this one? Just before I score it, I don't want to keep you guys hanging on too long, but the update. While I was researching this one to see if it was still available, it came across me that there's actually a new one out that's been released recently. And it's what Gordon MacPhail have done with this, is they've released this bottle again as a Glenburgie 21 distillery labels. But guess what, guys? It's 46% ABV. So they've lifted the ABV on this one, which is fantastic. So again, big props to Gordon MacPhail. Love it. Again, the price point though, it's anywhere from kind of 125 to 135 pounds, so it's popped up a little bit. In the grand scheme of things, I picked this up about 18 months ago for about 100 quid. Would I pay the extra for the 46? Absolutely, because I think one of the things, if I didn't realise this was 46 in the video, I would have mentioned it would have been fantastic at 46. But yeah, so if you want to check this out, guys, dive in, have a look at it. It's wonderful, wonderful whiskey. Score wise, this one I couldn't give it any less than a 93, guys. It's just such a nice whiskey. I've been nursing it for the last maybe 6 months. I have shared quite a bit of it out and it's went down well. Love this stuff. What can I say? Glenburgie, Pernod Ricard. Let's have more Glenburgie. But guys, if you like the video, you know what to do. If you Patreon, guys, thank you very much for the support. I'll pop all the links into Patreon, guys. If you want to dive over, have a look at the Patreon page, check us out, that'd be wonderful. And until the next one, as always, guys, don't forget to send good whiskey straight down the hatch. And the pleasure is in the sharing. And I'll see you all very, very soon. Cheers now, folks. Bye-bye.